How y'all doing? I hope everybody's feeling good and great and all that shit. And I hope you had like a fantastic weekend. I know I did, because y'all know this was the day, if you don't know, it was on October 5th was the day that I gave birth. And we had like a nice, me and his father had like a nice party for him, and all his friends came, and his aunt came, and his brother. It was just cute. So I hope y'all had a great time. And the weather was like just mwah. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I hope y'all had a wonderful ones. Always we gonna can never ever stop saying this. Always be fucking grateful. Be grateful that you're here. Be grateful that you're well. Be grateful that that you're working on your mental. If your mental is well, your physical, your spiritual, your financial, and your emotional. We have to always work on these things, and I'm sure that's what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because we are about high frequency around this motherfucker. Um. I took a couple years off, came back, still busting, still repping Philly, still Eve of destruction, still pushing buttons that'll take away the roof, still walking around with $5,000 boots. When I'm in the club, y'all chicks get jealous, cause I'm that bitch and I keep a mean fetish. I'm stacking lettuce, y'all stacking cheese. I got a bad tip and make your nigga say please. My chick bad. My chick hood. My chick does things that your bitch wish she could. I'm that bad. I'm that good. Y'all bitches do shit that y'all wish y'all think y'all could. Hey. So anyway, y'all know how I do it. I just jump right into it. So I was watching a podcast, what's it called? The Reality King. God, I forgot his name. Y'all know about his name. But anyway, y'all see him in a minute. And he had Melysse Ford on there, and she touched on a whole lot of topics. I was like, yes, bitch, yes. So without further ado, let's just go into some things that she talked about. So here we go.
Your safety was in danger doing these videos.
Yeah, there's one particular experience that I've spoken to a few times, where I was on the Cher Shayla Ghost set, and maybe I was feeling just a little overstimulated. Like that's a word that we use now, and didn't use it then. I just felt like I had to get away from everybody, So I found a quiet corner. I ended up in the crafty room, and that's craft services where all the snacks are and stuff. And so I ended up in the crafty room. Now I'm wearing a really, 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 really tight little dress. Like it's floss, okay? And it's right under my butt crack. I can't sneeze, otherwise I will be charged with indecent exposure. It's that little. And so I'm just kind of by myself, and some guy walks in the room, and I'm not really paying much attention to him. And then another guy walks in the room, and the next thing I know, there's 10 guys in the room, and I am sitting kind of in a corner like this, and then the rest of the room, and the door is over there. And then they start to kind of make their way over to me, and they're talking to me, and then suddenly they start, kind of touching me and stuff like that. And I just realized at this moment in time, something was about to go down, and I was terrified, and I did not know how to get myself out of it. And it's one of those moments where a woman is confronted with the notion of, do I make a scene and risk being humiliated or embarrassed or looking like a fool? Or do you not give a shit, throw caution to the wind, and err on the side of caution and make a scene in order to get yourself out of this situation that seems very tenuous right now? And I think that sometimes a lot of women, they don't do that because it's they have this fear of offending, or the fear of making a mountain out of a molehill, when every red flag is, red alarm is going off inside your head. Thank God one of the the crew walked in at that time, and he could see the look of sheer terror on my face, and he just said, "Hey, Melysse, I think that they need you on set." So he was like, "Let me take you." And he exited me out of the room, and so crisis averted and stuff like that. But I will never ever forget the sheer terror that I felt from having all these guys try to put their hands on me at the same time. I'm not even just talking about my arms, I'm talking about my thighs and stuff.
They actually touched you.
Yes.
You see what she said about being in a, she was on the set, and a whole bunch of dudes. Now this was back in the 90s, and a whole bunch of dudes came in. I mean, it doesn't matter what year it was. I'm just saying that's what happened in that year. Was in the 90s, and they came touching on her and all this old shit. The one thing I tell y'all about this shit for real, ladies, one thing that you have to always have in your motherfucking bag. You gotta have you a motherfucking weapon, bitch. I don't give a fuck what. I'm just picking this up because this is my personal foot for my sewing machine. But something in your motherfucking mace, some scissors, knife. You know what I'm saying? Something that looked like a can that you can come out and pull that shit up, be like, ha, you know, something. Especially when you in a situation like that. She said she was by herself and then these men just appeared out of no motherfucking where. And they was like touching on her and shit like that. Oh, but it would be none of that. But then you can also find yourself like when something happened to you, when something happens like that, God forbid, that, you be like a deer in headlights. You really don't know what to do. And thank God that a guy came and had, and helped her out and got her out of the situation. Sometimes some women aren't as lucky. I tell y'all, this is one thing that we can do this to prevent sexual assault. Learn how to fight, to defend yourself. Have shit in your motherfucking pocket. Something around, always looking, especially when you can feel the tension, like right off the bat, when men come, like when you feel it. Don't ignore that motherfucking feeling. And act when it's time to motherfucking act. So, yeah, ladies. And we also have to talk to our sons about this shit. Which we're going to be talking about all this at my Seductive ArT workshop, which I hope y'all come and check the shit out. I mean, whatever. And also, she also talked about this, so check this shit out right here.
What I mean, like, where I've experienced, like, like lethal, like, jealousy from and envy from women. Like, so I've had women try to destroy my reputation, my character, like complete and total character assassination. Like, these are some of the experiences that I've just had, and it just kind of just all goes back down. It's like it's all boiled down to, jealousy, envy, insecurity, and stuff like that. Like, I mean, don't get it twisted about women. Like, there's times where we have bigger egos than y'all. Like, and we could be vicious, and I've experienced a lot of that, and been on the receiving end of it, because I've never done that to any woman. I've never like created like a whisper campaign about a woman and sabotaged another woman, and tried to like dismantle another woman's reputation, or tried to destroy her character by trying to like enroll people and get people not to like her, don't give her jobs. Like, that's not me. I'm always actually the chick that tries to find a way to put checks in my girlfriend's pockets, even if I'm not the one signing
Can't
it.
bitches be jealous? Don't bitches be jealous? Yo, I be experiencing jealousy with even like at me being 55 with young ass bitches. I be like, bitches, you like crazy. And it's not necessarily something that they can do. It can be energy. Like, I'm like a very energy person, so I can feel people shit, like how they be feeling like intimidated for whatever reason, because they don't have the confidence within themselves. Ladies, this shit comes from you. You have to build that up within yourself. How do you do that? By saying affirmations, looking at yourself in the mirror, telling yourself that you are beautiful. God made you perfect just as you are. You can't be listening to outside noise of people telling you, especially like as a black woman, you know what I'm saying, like how, in some case, well, especially with some black men whose minds has been manipulated, if you're not of a certain shade and a certain shape, then you're not considered beautiful. If you don't have the aesthetic of a Caucasian woman. Not for all black men feels that way, but a lot. So it can shrink you to make you feel like as if you're nothing. But when, honey, you are the original woman, and once you know that, as a black woman, I'm speaking of, like, all that insecurity would go out of the motherfucking window. But then let's think about jealousy from other women from other ethnicities. Like, I have experienced that shit. Like, man, listen. To where you gotta like, and I don't give a fuck about coming up being like the angry black woman. But bitch, like, I just be like, you have to assess the situation. Like, where I'm at, You know what I'm saying? By myself. You know what I'm saying? All this whole shit. Not to say like, bitch, I ain't scared to go to catch a fade with a bitch. Like, not that. But just, you know, you just gotta know how to play your hand. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a game out here. But being secure within yourself, ladies, that comes from within. And how can you do that? I don't give a fuck what nobody tell you about yourself. You have to look yourself in the mirror and say that God made me. This is who God made me, and this is who I am, and accept it and love it and be confident in it. It was this one story that I seen today. It was this lady. She was sharing her story, and she was born with some birth defects. And she said somebody told her, I don't know if she was young, and mind you, she's a grown woman now, got a bachelor's degree. She's doing wonderful within herself. She said, why when she was young, a grown woman told her, she said, no disrespect, but if I would have had you, she said, when somebody say you no disrespect, that means they about to be disrespectful. She said, if I would have had you, I would have gave you up. Like, and she just crying. Like, to this day, it's some awful fucking people. So we gotta block out that noise. Fuck you, bitch. You dealing with your own shit. That's another thing too. We have to realize when people come at you with their hatred and their jealousy and envy, that they're reflecting some shit that's going on within themselves. We have to learn how to psychoanalyze motherfuckers, and you have to teach your children that. That's why we have to tell our children that they're beautiful, that they're wonderful, they can accomplish all things. Fuck what somebody say in your ear, or what society had put on what's beautiful. And it's that Caucasian aesthetic. So anyway, let's move right along. She also talked about some other thing. Let's listen to.
My mother and I, we didn't have I didn't call my mom my best friend. I didn't call my mom to update her on the latest in my life. It's just, we just didn't have that relationship. It was complicated. I loved her and I know she loved me, but we were not like warm and fuzzy with each other. So that guilt almost killed me. I could have been a better daughter. I could have included my mom more in my life. I could have asked my mom more about her life, who she was outside of being a mom, because I think that all of us kind of take for granted our mothers, like that's who you are. You're my mom, and that's all I need you to be. But it's like, no, she's a whole human being outside of you. And, I think that I mean, that's why moms are like superheroes, because they literally just have to kind of kill off a certain part of their humanity in order to be mom.
Now, that was a good one. The mother and daughter relationships. Now that can be like a really, really tricky one. You know what I'm saying? Like she said, her and her mother relationship wasn't all fuzzy. And then it made me think about me and my mother relationship. Now, me and my mother relationship got better when I moved away. For real. It had gotten better, and then it had gotten sour again. And, I always felt like, I have to be the one to make amends between us. And I was just like, no, fuck that. No, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm leaving it alone. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I left it alone. And it was for a while, man, my mother didn't speak. And then when I went home, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really hug her either, because I was just like, for real, I was in my feelings too. Like, because of the shit that had transpired between her and I. And I was just like, when I see that, I was like, hey, whatever. But, of course, I loosened up as, being at home and being with my mom, having a good time, sleeping in her bed, and all that shit fades. It is best to you have to establish a relationship with your parents. I didn't really get to know my mother like that. Although I would give my mother credit. She would share some stories. And that's something that I do with my son. I share stories about things that happened in my life. And I do that on a daily. My mother didn't do that on a daily, but she did do things, share things with me that happened in her life. And the crazy shit was, just how life is like a full circle. Like, ain't nothing really new. All the shit just keep coming around. And something that she shared with me wind up happening to me in my life. And I handled it just like the way she motherfucking handled it. I was like, wow, look at that. So it's important that you get to know your parents, ask questions. Um, Hopefully your parents share stories with you. And as a parent, you have to open up. Don't be afraid of whatever happened to you in your past or whatnot, but you conquered all that. You here now. And you able to share that with your child so they'll know how to move if they ever encounter a situation as such. And we also gotta let them know that, like, tell your children that I'm a person too. This is, it's important to have like a good relationship with your parents, or as best as you possibly can, as best as you, and you can't feel guilty about it, because at the end of the day, I'm a person, my mother's a person, and the same thing with you and yours. So, but always, keep the love there though. Try to keep the love there. But anyway, let's keep it moving.
Experiencing night sweats and waking up with terror, a feeling of like terror, and just fear and like aloneness. And I've always been very good with solitude, but this shit was another monster. And then the weight gain that wouldn't go away, and me, who's had like a little bitty waist my whole life, suddenly has a fupa. And I was like, wait, hold.
Your waist is still 29-inch, Melysse. Shut up.
No, this is 27, honey. Okay, because I figured shit out. Okay.
Well, mine is 25.
I mean, it's sexy. Yes. But I have figured it out. I have biohacked the shit out of my body. I have done a lot of like trial and error stuff. I work out like a beast, but also I've changed how I worked out in order to accommodate the changes that happen in a woman's body as she gets to this stage in her life. The way we eat has to change. The way we drink has to change. Basically, no drinking. And
I think Melysse said she's 47, so she's going through the, I didn't experience no weight gain. My weight gain started now, like at my 55 years old. I was like, what the fuck is this right here on my stomach? Now, I ain't never had no shit like that either, for real. I ain't never had no oopa poopa, whatever, poofy boop, muffin top, whatever the fuck. I got that shit now. But I also had an accident. I was riding my bike, and it was in the wintertime. This dude came, and when I fell, the handlebars turned like this and stabbed me dead in my stomach. So I got like this thing that protrudes, like this mass that protrudes out of my stomach that I just can't get rid of. But dealing with menopause is a serious thing. Like, I was dealing with it like in my 40s or whatnot, with the hot sweats and all that shit. But I'm over it now. From time to time, I will get hot, but not so much. It don't bother, like, in my sleep and that. But I think that happens. Every woman deal with it differently. But my shit is over with. I think, like she said, she figured out a blueprint on how, like, within your body, you got to figure that shit, like, within your own self. Doctors can't tell you that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a personal fucking journey. And I had figured out, like, I had the certain shit I had to stop eating. Like, I'm vegan now. Well, that's because I was having digestive issues, and then meat just started to disgust me, like, on some real shit. I watch the things that I eat. I keep my spirit right, my mental right. Like, I think that these things are also calming of the menopause. At least that's what works for me. And you have to figure out what works for you, because we all gonna go through it at some point in time. The Melysse's interview was just so bomb. But anyway, she also talked about this too. Check it out.
You in a serious relationship?
No.
You're single?
Are you kidding me? How many women out there? How many of y'all are single? It is, the dating pool has more than pee and fecal matter in it. Okay, it is.
But okay.
And she's so right. And like, shit. For real, I be thinking all these motherfuckers gay. For real, like, I just be like, I don't trust none of you motherfuckers. It's just too much. Like, the gay shit is just like, and then knowing gay friends, like, and all the download dude, like, I don't trust none of these motherfuckers. And yes, I am motherfucking single. I just don't. You just never really know what somebody's real, true desires are. You know what I'm saying? You never really know, and who and which one of these dudes tipping around the corner with Tim and them. Want a little dick every now and then. I don't want no dude like that. You can be honest with me and tell if you meet me and tell me that you gay or bisexual, and I just politely decline. I would not. I wouldn't blow you up. None of that shit. For what? You know what I'm saying? That I just let you go on. But it is hard to meet somebody out here. You know what I'm saying? Like I go out. You know what I'm saying? Like dudes don't never try. But then again, I'm an older woman, so I don't know. Like it is what it is. But I do believe that God is gonna send somebody to me and I to him. I do believe that. So I don't think all y'all gay, but I do be looking at y'all motherfuckers sideways. It's crazy out here. Anyway, let's keep it going.
Though, where you were afraid to own the skin you're in.
I don't think that that's unique to just me. I think that that's women. I think that, society by and large, breeds us and conditions us in such a way for us to always feel like we're less than. I mean, like if you look at basically any industry that targets us, it basically kind of, conditions us to think that what we have naturally is not good enough. So alter, change, surgically, change or whatever the case is, like it's just we're constantly told that we are not enough, we're not good enough. And it takes an enormous amount of work, shadow work, self-awareness, and just like the development of like self-esteem and self-love and all the concepts of self to like really come to a place where nothing that anybody says can shake you or break you. But so many of us never get there, I mean, I still have my moments of like insecurity. I still have my moments where I don't feel like I'm talented. And sometimes the imposter syndrome creeps in like a mofo, but like when I hear Viola Davis talking about I'm a beautiful woman. I'm an accomplished woman. I am a gainfully employed. I have a lot going for me. A lot. I'm not going to dim my shine for anybody at all. So when I reference myself, when I talk about myself, I'm going to speak about myself in the most truthful manner. And it took me a long time to get here, to be able to speak this way about myself and to like myself the way that I like myself and love myself the way that I love myself and accept that I have things about myself that might intimidate other people. It took me a long time to get here. And I'm not assigning, intimidation to anybody. I'm not. But, if it don't apply, let it fly.
And I like how she said that. And it is so true. And I think that should be true for every person. You should never try to dim your light for anyone. Let me tell you something about me, Rich. No, I do not. I do not care if you got an attitude or you get or whatever the fuck, bitch. Just like I said earlier, it's about this. It's a thing that's inside of you. You have to have that about yourself, regardless if somebody is super attractive, got a nice body, dressed nice. You know what I'm saying? All this old shit, like, and all the things. You should never allow that to like hurt you in any type of way. I have a problem with telling no woman that they look nice or giving them a compliment or nothing like that. Like, because I'm confident like within myself, and I feel that all women, we need to be confident within ourselves too. We can't be looking at the next person like, I don't know, like feeling some type of way just because, I don't know, because you got whatever going on in your mind about this female. You can give her a compliment, keep it pushing. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's if you feel like doing it, you don't have to, but I'm just saying. But be confident in yourself. Like, self-esteem, once again, that starts from within. Hopefully it comes from home. Hopefully your parents are telling you. And I know a lot of you parents are. So parents, please tell your children, especially your little black girls and your little black boys, they're yours. You brought them into this world. You should be able to tell your children that they're beautiful and that they can accomplish all the things that they want to accomplish in their world, because in this world, because they can. But it's unfortunate because there's a lot of you motherfucking parents who suffer from motherfucking mental illness, and your pussy should, and whoever, and also some of y'all men, y'all dick hole should be motherfucking sewn up, and the pussy hole should be sewn up, because y'all shouldn't be able to have children, because you got some mental illness shit going on within yourself. And ain't nothing wrong with being alone, because you ain't ready. It ain't for you. I just heard a story today that was so, all these horrific stories. This girl about her mother, how the girl said that she was ART, and her mother told her that's what she get. Yo, what type of shit? And another thing that she said too, yeah, about how society put all this, like, lower the standards for women. Now, I was watching something about, which I have already known about, the Asian culture and how they really praise boys than they do girls. And I was watching this one. It was about this chef, and she was talking about how she was the first. All of her, their parents had 3 girls, and they felt like they was cursed because they ain't had no boys. That that the parents wasn't gonna have nobody to take care of them because that's what the boys normally do. It's honey. First of all, don't you know women are the masterminds behind a whole bunch of shit? Are you out your fuck? Don't ever count on what? But it's crazy how society put that shit, this label on women and girls. And also, like, with the, you sit there and be quiet and be pretty type shit. What the fuck you mean? Shut the bitch, I got something to say. And then some chicks just fall for that. Because society have told you that. And then I guess you're not so comfortable within yourself to be able to say whatever that's at the pit of your motherfucking stomach, and you should say it the way you motherfucking say it. Bitch, another thing about me, ho, I ain't trying to be like nobody else. Not now, not ever, never. I'm gonna always be my motherfucking self. Always. You fuck with it, you fuck with it, you don't. It's all good too. Like, I'm not switching up who the fuck I am for no motherfucking body. You understand what I'm saying? And it's cool. Motherfuckers don't rock with me. Keep it moving. It's just as simple as that. No hard feelings. You understand? So listen, ladies, please know your value. We give birth. Now, we do need men too to do it. It's an equal thing, but it's just so crazy how this society rules like chop down like a woman. Y'all think about how women don't get paid as much as a man. But then again, who's ruling that shit though? A man. So, they got their insecurities too. Because they know who can also, not taking nothing from a man, who is also as equally as powerful as you. We have a brain as well. We make things happen. And we need to be praised. Why? Because we are the mothers. Well, black women are the original woman. That's number one. So we are mother black women. You know what I'm saying? Oh, child, listen, y'all. So what y'all think about Melysse's for interview? Like, I'm going to have you can listen to the whole interview I'm going to have this in the description box. Y'all need to go over there and watch it for real. Like, I was really, like, intrigued, and, really, the things that she said really resonated with me, as you can see, because I did dedicated this to her interview that she did with the Reality King. And y'all know my name is Real. I'm an intimacy coach / seductress. And on November 23rd, I will be having my Seductive ArT workshop. Listen, ladies, there's only 10 tickets that is available for purchase. Only 10. Because we're going to be in a very intimate, very cozy and quaint space. I'm having it at Hempsville, Harlem. You're going to learn about it's a brick and mortar. You're going to learn all about their wonderful products, as well as there's going to be sex toys available. And I'll be serving wine. I'll be giving out giveaways. We're going to tap on what Seductive ArT is, which is visual stimulation. I'm going to tap on that, like, just slightly. We're going to tap on that. We only have 2 hours. And then the meat of it is the discussion part. We have to dialogue. We're going to dialogue about um, parenting, how your parents talk about sex. Did you talk to your children about sex? And also how we can go about this and how we can break the mold, and also other topics. Then we're gonna go into ESS, the erotic sensual seductive dance. I'm definitely gonna teach y'all how to walk in heels, because it truly, truly is a technique. And does heels hurt? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So yes, they do. The longer you said your feet gonna hurt, your back, yes, they do. But I'm gonna teach you how to walk in heels with confidence and be easy. And also, you have to know where you are. If you're just a kitten heel girl, you're a kitten heel girl. But as far as, but we'll get to that because I'm about to go on off. So I hope y'all join me. This is a ladies' night like no other. It's an ultimate ladies' night. It's fun. It's sexy fun. It's informative. And it's interactive. So I hope you ladies come and join me. You can go to this website, my blog right here, get all information as well as buy your tickets. And I hope to see you ladies there. Is November 23rd. We have a minute to get the tickets. As well as I am an author. The title of my book is called Quickie. It's 7 short erotic stories. Read while you fuck while you read. And I am a designer. The name of my brand is Real Nice by Real. I will be having some collections because it's hoodie season. Excuse me. We'll have some hoodies coming, and also some very girly, sexy sweatshirts that I'm bringing back. So that'll be coming really, really soon. And I'll keep you all abreast on that. But in the meantime, in between time, you can always read my blog, which is also down in the description box. And y'all know, if I resonate with you, which I hope I do, please hit that, click that. I would appreciate that. And y'all know how we lead this motherfucker. Be kind, be gracious, be on time, be focused, be humble, be about your motherfucking money. Black people, be black and proud. Be a part of your community. Be boisterous, be opinionated, be loving, be a great listener, be supportive, be happy, be humble, be generous, be loving, be fierce, be focused, be ambitious, be grateful, be all of these great things, because we are only of high frequency around here, and high frequency is only to who? The Most High. We on godly time around here, honey. That's it. And in the midst of we doing all of that, being of good vibes and standing in our greatness, don't you ever fold. Don't you think twice. And that is, you always be you, because God made you perfect just as you are. Until we meet again, y'all have a great night. Peace.